Right friends, welcome back to Policies and Programs 14th module. Let us look at the first one, Progress Panchayats. What is the purpose of this? The purpose is to bring minority communities into the mainstream. Government started this program to organize panchayats of minority communities, and it is the campaign to reach out to the minorities, particularly Muslims, and to create awareness about the government's policies and programs and to remove the fears and misconceptions in the minority communities. The meetings are being planned to be held in places with 30 to 35% of the minority population, which includes the officially designated minority concentrated districts. So here the idea is the minority communities must understand about the government policies and programs, and the congregation, or you can say the group of the people, will deliberate on how it wants the funds to be utilized, and at the same time to thrash out broad outlines of what their own blueprint of the progress is, what type of development they require, basically to bring minority communities into the national mainstream, to know about various welfare programs being organized by the government, and at the same time to decide about the future course of action as far as welfare measures are concerned, and at the same time to remove the misgivings or apprehensions in the minority communities about the government. For that purpose, these progress panchayats are intended. Sadbhav mandaps. Government wants to help minorities to organize their marriages, their family functions, arrange crafts melas, or simply provide shelter during natural calamities. And here 1000 mandaps which can be used for multi-purposes, and at the same time which can generate income and employment by organizing craft melas or huts for a variety of artisans or craftsmen. So for that purpose, government is planning to set up 1000 Sadbhav mandaps across the country, and here in coordination with the state governments, they will be constructed. 20% of the expenses will be borne by the state government. Another point is defense and at the same time railways have got vast tracts of vacant lands, and they will be requested for allotment of these vacant lands for the construction of Sadbhav mandaps. Right? Look into the next one. Nayi Udan. Nayi Udan is the minority community students who prepare for mains examination. That means they qualified in the preliminary examination conducted by UPSC or state public service commissions, and the financial assistance will be given by the government to make them prepare comfortably for the mains examination. So here Ministry of Minority Affairs will be the implementing agency. Subject to the eligibility criteria, they will be given financial support, and this scheme is applicable for the students clearing preliminary exams of Group A and Group B services. What is the main purpose? The main purpose is to increase the representation of minorities in the civil services. Right? So the objective is to provide financial support to the minority candidates clearing preliminary examination, and this is to adequately equip them to compete for appointment to civil services in the union and in the states. Right, this is about Nayi Udan. So if someone talks about Nayi Udan, please don't forget the minority students who pass in the preliminary examination will be given financial assistance to prepare well for the mains examination, and this is applicable for Group A and Group B services only. BEGUM HAZRAT MAHAL National Scholarship for Meritorious Girl Students. And here girls belonging to the national minorities, and national minorities there are 6 categories, please don't forget. And this is to recognize, promote and assist meritorious girl students belonging to national minorities who cannot continue their education without financial support. Here the eligibility criteria is 10th pass students with 55% of the marks, and the scholarships are eligible to the girl students only who get confirmed admission to class 11th. Subject to the income limit of the parents, these scholarships will be given. So, if someone talks about BEGUM HAZRAT MAHAL National Scholarship for Meritorious Girl Students, they should pass 10th class with 55% of the marks. They should get admission to class 11th. Third point is, the income of the parents should be below certain limit. Under these circumstances, scholarships will be given to the minority girl students. Right friends, look at the next one. Mahila Samruddhi Yojana. This is implemented through National Minorities Development and Finance Corporation. Here, skill development training is imparted to group of women in women-friendly trades. Almost you can say this is similar to self-help groups formation. Training period is maximum of 6 months and raw material cost up to rupees 1500 and stipend of rupees 1000 per trainee is provided. And during the period of training, the women will be formed into self-help groups. Initially, training will be given. During the period of training, women will be formed into SHGs and subsequently access to formal credit. They will have access to microcredit. Microcredit meaning is the credit up to rupees 1 lakh per member, that is classified as microcredit. Once they get sufficient skill development training, they will have access to microcredit maximum of up to rupees 1 lakh per member for the purpose of using the skill developed during the training for income generation. Skill development, subsequently form them into self-help groups, then link them to formal credit from bank, and subsequently they will be in a position to generate income on their own. So, this is the main theme of Mahila Samruddhi Yojana, right? And look at the next one. MAULANA AZAD Education Foundation. This is quite often in the news. MAULANA Abul Kalam Azad was the first education minister of the country. He was a freedom fighter and first education minister, and in his name, this foundation was established on the occasion of birth centenary celebrations of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. The foundation is fully funded, very important. The foundation is fully funded by Ministry of Minority Affairs. Second point is, the foundation is a voluntary, non-political, non-profit making social service organization. What is the purpose of this foundation? The purpose of this foundation is to promote education among educationally backward sections of the society, and it is registered under the Societies Act 1860. Honorable Minister of Minority Affairs is the ex officio president, and if you look at the activities, what are the objectives of this foundation? It is to provide basic educational infrastructure and facilities in the area of concentration of educationally backward minorities who do not have adequate provision for elementary, secondary and senior secondary schools. So, the foundation will help for construction and expansion of schools, working for the backward minorities, for purchase of science, computer lab equipment, etc., and for creation of hostel buildings, for construction of toilets. So, create educational infrastructure for the educationally backward minorities. This foundation is intended. Then Nayi Roshni, this is the program exclusively for minority women, and we discussed about BEGUM HAZRAT MAHAL scholarship. We discussed about Mahila Samruddhi Yojana. In addition to these two, the third one, Nayi Roshni. So these three are exclusively meant for women of minority communities. Nayi Roshni is the leadership development program for minority women. Leadership development program for minority women is Nayi Roshni. The purpose is to empower and instill confidence among the minority women. Here, it provides knowledge, tools and techniques for interacting with the government departments, for interacting with the banks, and at all levels they will be equipped to interact with the outside society. So, Nayi Roshni program is run with the help of non-governmental organizations, civil societies and government institutions all over the country. So, Nayi Roshni is basically for development of leadership skills among the minority women. The scheme is implemented with the involvement of Gram Panchayat at the village level and urban local bodies at the district level. So, it includes training modules like leadership of women, educational programs, how to maintain health and hygiene, Swachh Bharat, financial literacy, life skills. So, empowerment of women is essential for equality, and it also constitutes a critical element in fight for poverty reduction, economic growth and strengthening of civil society. Then, Padho Pardesh. This is applicable for the students belonging to minority communities. Minority communities are basically Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains and Parsis. And this scheme is applicable for the students who want to pursue higher studies, that is master's degree, MPhil and PhD abroad. Minority students who want to pursue education in master's, MPhil, PhD abroad, this scheme is applicable. Here, ministry does not give any educational loan. Educational loan will be given by the bank only, and here the ministry will bear 100% of the interest component. So, here loan will be given by the bank. Bank must be the member of Indian Banks Association, that is one condition. Loan will be given by the bank, and when the loan is given by the bank, which is the member of IBA, then 100% interest component of the education loan availed by the student will be borne by the Union Ministry for Minority Affairs up to the moratorium period. What is moratorium period? Moratorium period is course period. It may be 3 years or 4 years plus 1 year after completion of course, or 6 months after getting employment, whichever happens earlier, right? So, Padho Pardesh, this is the government support for the minority students whoever are going abroad for undertaking masters, MPhil and PhD. Here, government will not give loan directly. When the loan is given by the banks, government will bear interest, right? Hunar Haat. This Hunar Haat is organized under upgrading the skills and training in traditional arts crafts for development scheme. All of you are familiar with Ustad scheme. Ustad scheme of the Minority Affairs Ministry organizes this Hunar Haat, and here this is an attempt to provide a platform under one roof. Under one roof, artisans and craft persons will be brought under one platform to demonstrate their skills, to showcase their skills and also to sell their products. Please look into this picture. Hunar Haat means here all the craftsmen, artisans, they will be brought under one platform to sell their products, and this is the program under Ustad, that is very important. And in the long run, the government plans to set up Hunar hubs in different states. That is another important point. Then look into the next one, Shagan portal. What is meant by Shagan? Shagan is coined from combining two words. What are those two words? One is Shala, which means school. Second one is Gunvatta. This Gunvatta, the meaning is quality. So it is a twin track approach. So this Shagan portal was launched by the Union government, and this portal Shagan is for monitoring progress of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. It is developed with a view to track quality of education in schools as well as monitoring of the schools. And here it will also showcase innovations and progress in elementary education. Here Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is centrally sponsored program for providing universal access to education to children. So for monitoring the quality of this Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, or you can say to monitor the quality of education in the schools, this Shagan portal was launched by the Union government. Right? Then Project Insight. The Project Insight is by the Ministry of Finance. Here the point to note is it will help catching the tax evaders in a non-intrusive manner. It will look at the data available from various forums like social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter. At the same time, it will use data mining, big data and analytics, and by using all these techniques with permanent account number as unique identifier, it will look at the tax evaders. So the point here is Project Insight is the project by the Income Tax Department to monitor high value transactions, and this is with a view to curb circulation of black money, and by using permanent account number as the unique identifier, it will analyze the data available under various formats, and subsequently it will catch hold of this tax evaders, and the methods to be used here are non-intrusive in nature. The last one, Nakshe portal. Survey of India is the oldest scientific department in our country. It recently completed 250 years. It is under the Ministry of Science and Technology. These are very important. Survey of India launched Nakshe web portal in view of completion of 250 years, and here open series maps or topographic maps containing natural and man-made geographical features including terrain or geography are prepared by Survey of India, and these maps have been made available for free download from Nakshe web portal in PDF format with 1:50,000 scale, and this is in line with Digital India program of Government of India. Right friends, with this let us conclude Policies and Programs 14. Right, have a nice day. Thank you.